Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Glowing English, your ultimate cozy space for everyday conversational English practice. We are so incredibly happy to have you tuned in with us today. I'm Jihad.
And I'm Toma. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us today. Whether you're currently frying eggs for breakfast, getting ready to head out to work, or honestly just hiding under your warm blanket trying to avoid the morning, you are in the absolute right spot.
And hey, if you are still tucked under that blanket, don't worry, your secret is totally safe with us. We won't tell a soul.
That's completely true. Who says you can't master English while staying comfy in bed? Blanket English is still 100% valid English.
Exactly. Now, Toma, before we dive into the core of today's main topic, how are you feeling today? How has your morning been going so far?
My morning was reasonable. I woke up just a little bit later than I intended, rushed over to make a quick cup of coffee, and whispered a small promise to myself. Toma, today you are going to be ultra organized. We'll see how long that actual promise lasts.
A quick cup of coffee and a tiny promise to yourself. I think almost every single person watching us right now knows that exact feeling all too well.
Yeah, I really think so. Mornings can often feel like a strange emotional cocktail, a mix of being half asleep, super busy, and hopeful all at the exact same time. My morning was quite similar, actually. I unlocked my phone just to check one quick notification, and before I knew it, 10 whole minutes had completely vanished into thin air.
The classic just 1 minute trap. That single minute is dangerously powerful, isn't it?
Extremely dangerous. And that actually brings us directly to why today's discussion is so vital for everyone tuning in.
That's right. Today's main focus is a practical morning routine to dramatically improve your English. We want to talk about real-life mornings, not those unrealistic, perfect mornings you see on social media, but practical mornings that fit into a busy schedule.
Exactly. For so many English learners, the morning is just a chaotic blur of loud alarm clocks, checking messages, rushing through the shower, and heading to work. By the end of it, you throw your hands up and say, I just don't have a single second for English. We want to present a whole new pathway, a calm, minimal routine that blends effortlessly into your real life.
But wait, before we go any deeper into this routine, we want to pause for just a quick second and remind all of our wonderful viewers out there.
Yes, if you are enjoying this conversation so far, please take 2 quick seconds right now to hit that like button and subscribe to Glowing English. It truly means the world to us, helps our small channel reach more learners around the globe, and ensures you never miss a lesson with us.
Absolutely. Taking that quick moment to hit subscribe makes a massive difference. Now, Toma, let's explain the special strategy we are using for our Glowing English lessons from here on out.
Right. For all of our daily life and self-improvement episodes, we will always communicate in a clear, accessible B1 level English. We speak at a comfortable pace so you can sit back, relax, and feel completely safe while listening.
But at the exact same time, we will gently weave in a selection of B2 level words, phrases, and natural idioms into every single conversation. That way, you can slowly touch a higher tier of language without feeling lost or stressed out.
Whenever we introduce one of those slightly stronger words, we will intentionally pause, explain what it means in super clear English, and give you a natural sentence example.
So you get the absolute best of both worlds. You feel safe because the base language is clear, but you also feel like you're gently stretching your English abilities. Not too fast, not too slow.
Precisely. It's just like a light, comfortable stretch before you go for a run. You get to enjoy the overall topic, while quietly in the background, your English level begins to shift upwards from B1 toward B2.
But Toma, let's be completely honest for a second. Curious tone. Does this kind of casual listening approach actually deliver results? Can someone really improve just by listening to clear talk mixed with a few advanced words?
I firmly believe it does. It doesn't work like magic overnight, but rather like a steady, continuous evolution. Slow and steady wins the race because it's something you can easily maintain without burning out.
That is so true. It's realistic and manageable. You aren't forcing yourself to completely flip your lifestyle upside down. You simply listen to one relaxing episode and try a tiny bit of practice every day. That steady rhythm is what slowly pushes your fluency forward.
And what about vocabulary acquisition? How does this setup actually help your brain hold on to new words?
Well, instead of looking at a dry, boring list of words on a page, you get to hear new vocabulary sitting directly inside a real human situation, like our discussion about mornings today. Your brain creates a mental image and an emotional feeling attached to the word, not just a translation in a dictionary.
So your brain goes, oh, this specific phrase belongs to this exact moment in real life, and that makes it 10 times easier to call upon whenever you want to speak later on.
Spot on. And when you take the initiative to construct your very own sentence using that new expression, your language center gets a great workout. It isn't heavy lifting, just a light exercise that builds your fluency over time.
So, we actually have a small challenge for everyone watching Glowing English today.
Yes, while you are listening to us talk today, keep your ears open for at least one new word, phrase, or idiom that stands out to you. It could be a word you've never heard before or a phrase you recognize but don't usually use yourself.
When we reach the end of this video, ask yourself, what specific word or phrase did I truly learn today?
Then be bold enough to build one simple sentence using it. Say that sentence out loud to yourself in your room or write it down in your study journal.
And if you're feeling extra brave today, drop your custom sentence right down in the comments below this video.
Plus, Toma and I absolutely adore reading your comments. We love seeing your individual progress, and other learners in our community can learn from your amazing examples too.
All right, now that everyone understands our structure, our goals, and our overall B1 to B2 pathway, let's loop back around to today's primary core topic, building a morning routine to elevate your English.
We're going to break down a typical everyday morning, the noisy alarm, the smartphone, the coffee, the morning rush, and highlight exactly where we can quietly insert English without adding an extra ounce of stress to your day.
So take a deep breath, settle in comfortably, maybe sip your hot tea or coffee, and join us as we step into your morning.
Let's start with a foundational question. Why are we focusing so heavily on the morning time? Why not target the evening or lunchtime instead?
For me personally, the morning represents an untouched blank page in a fresh notebook. Nothing has been written on it yet. Your mind is uncluttered, the surrounding environment is relatively peaceful, and your phone hasn't started blowing up with non-stop notifications.
Yes, it feels like the entire city is still yawning and waking up. There are far fewer messages, fewer emails, and fewer people demanding your immediate attention. You finally get a rare window of time where nobody's interrupting you.
Exactly. And how you choose to fill that blank page can completely set the tone for your day.
When we use the phrase, set the tone for your day, we mean that those very first initial minutes dictate the overall mood and emotional energy of your entire day. It's just like picking the very first track on a music playlist.
Oh, I love that comparison. If you kick off your playlist with a loud, aggressive, stressful track, the whole vibe feels intense. But if you start out with something smooth, uplifting, and intentional, like a short English routine, your whole day feels lighter and more controlled.
And if you repeat that choice day after day, it doesn't just improve your English, it slowly transforms your personal life. Toma, do you happen to know a story about someone whose life changed through a morning routine?
Oh, absolutely. I immediately think of a dedicated viewer named Sarah who reached out to us recently. She works in fast-paced customer support for a tech company. She finishes her shifts late, and by the time she finally arrives back home, she is completely drained.
So her evenings are packed with tiredness, family responsibilities, scrolling through social media out of exhaustion, no real mental space left for language learning.
Precisely. She mentioned that every single night she would tell herself, "It's fine, I'll just study later." But later simply never arrived. She felt guilty, disappointed in herself, and deeply overwhelmed.
When we use the word overwhelmed, we're talking about that distinct feeling when your brain has way too many tabs open at once. You have the work tab, the family tab, the bills tab, the stress tab, and when you try to force open an English tab, the whole mental computer just crashes.
Exactly like that. So one day, Sarah finally said to herself, "Okay, my evenings are pure chaos, so I am going to reclaim my mornings for English instead."
That's a powerful realization. What practical steps does she take?
She didn't launch into some huge, impossible master plan. She simply set her alarm just 15 minutes earlier. Then, while riding the train during her daily commute to work, she put on her noise-canceling headphones and listened to an English podcast instead of just randomly scrolling through short videos.
Same train, same time frame, just a slightly different choice.
Wow, after a week of doing that, did she expand her routine at all?
She did. She added one more minor step. When she stepped off the train and had about 5 minutes to spare before her shift, she opened up her phone's note app and typed out 3 simple, honest sentences in English about her thoughts for the day.
So her daily train commute effectively transformed into her own private classroom.
Yes, no fancy wooden desk, no expensive textbooks, just a window seat on a train, a pair of headphones, and a personal promise to herself. She was being far more intentional with her morning time.
When we say someone is being intentional, we mean they aren't just floating through life on autopilot. They are making conscious choices on purpose. She deliberately chose learning English over aimless phone scrolling. Did she start noticing real results?
Not overnight, of course, but little by little, she began noticing significant improvements.
When we say little by little, we mean making gradual progress through tiny incremental steps over time.
Yes, she noticed she could construct responses to international customers much more smoothly. When someone spoke fast English on the phone, she stopped panicking. It was like constructing a sturdy house out of individual bricks. You don't see a massive mansion after laying one brick, but after weeks of steady work, you look up and realize, wow, I built something amazing.
That is such a moving story. It really proves that small steps add up when you repeat them every single morning.
When we say small steps add up, it's an idiom meaning that tiny, modest actions, when compounded over weeks and months, yield massive results in the end. You don't need Sarah's exact job or her exact commute, but you can adopt her mindset.
Exactly. Choose just one segment of your morning and declare it as your official English window. Let's dig deeper into why this mindset shift is so critical. The morning isn't just about managing time, it's about managing the version of you that wakes up every day.
Oh, that is so profound. If you wake up, grab your phone immediately, and lie in bed for 30 minutes scrolling through news or viral clips, that feeling of distraction and laziness follows you into your day like a shadow.
It really does. It's the mental equivalent of eating junk food first thing in the morning. Sure, your body survives the day, but you feel sluggish and low on energy.
But on the flip side, when you wake up and complete just one small task with focus and discipline, like spending 5 or 10 minutes focused on English, that positive momentum carries forward into everything else you do.
It acts like installing a high-powered mini battery into your brain for the day. It's small, but it keeps your spirit elevated. That's why mornings hold so much power. They offer a quiet moment to ask yourself, who am I going to be today? The passive version or the active version moving closer to my dreams?
Right. So if someone watching Glowing English right now is thinking, I love this concept, but what are the exact steps I should take? How can we break it down simply for them?
Think of your morning routine as a nutritious mini breakfast for your language growth. It consists of 4 main dishes: listen, speak, write, and review. We don't need a massive buffet, just 4 manageable bites.
I love that metaphor, a mini breakfast for your English. What is the very first bite?
Step 1 is listen. We all know the automatic, mindless habit. Alarm goes off, we unlock the screen, tap on social media apps, and suddenly 20 precious minutes are completely gone.
Instead, try reimagining your morning like this. You put your phone on the kitchen counter, press play on a cozy English podcast or video from Glowing English and listen while your coffee brews. Same phone, same morning, totally different button.
In the early morning, your brain is like a completely clean, fresh sponge. It hasn't soaked up any dirty water from daily stress, work drama, or modern worries yet. Whatever you feed into that fresh sponge first will soak in deeply.
So if the very first input is clear English, a story, a meaningful conversation, or an inspiring idea, your mind retains it far better than it would at 9 p.m. after an exhausting workday.
And remember, it doesn't require a formal study desk. You can listen while brushing your teeth, doing your hair, or cooking breakfast. That's what we mean when we say a routine needs to be realistic.
When something is realistic, it means it fits naturally into real human life. You don't need a quiet library for 2 hours. You simply use the life you already have.
Exactly. Now, once your ears are awake, it's time to activate your mouth. That brings us to step 2, speak out loud.
So many of our viewers tell us, Jihad, Telma, I can read English fine and I understand videos easily, but the moment I try to speak, my brain completely freezes.
That's because it's like watching people work out at the gym every day on video, but never lifting a physical weight yourself. Naturally, your muscles will feel stiff when you finally try to lift a weight.
Your morning can serve as a tiny home gym for your vocal muscles. After listening to an audio clip, repeat a few lines out loud or simply talk to yourself for 2 minutes in English.
You can quietly say to yourself, okay, how am I feeling today? What tasks do I need to finish? What is one thing I am truly grateful for this morning?
When you speak out loud like that, you're not just learning abstract words. You're building real-world physical confidence. Your tongue, lips, and vocal cords begin remembering the physical mechanics of English.
And the absolute best part about the early morning is that nobody is judging you. Nobody is watching. It's just you, your natural voice, your bathroom mirror, and your bathroom toothbrush. It's a 100% safe space to practice without fear of making mistakes.
Beautifully said. Now, after waking up your voice, it's time to organize your internal thoughts. Step 3, write in English.
I like to think of writing as organizing a cluttered, messy desk. When your thoughts are unorganized, papers are flying everywhere. Writing allows you to pick up those papers and stack them nightly in order.
In the morning, grab a notebook and write a tiny paragraph, just 3 to 5 quick sentences. Write about your simple plans for the day, your long-term hopes, or how your body feels right now.
Don't stress out about complex grammar or perfect spelling here. The primary objective is to force your brain to actually think directly in English, rather than constantly translating from your native language.
This style of writing is wonderfully mindful. You're not just blindly rushing into the workday chaos, you're pausing to check in with yourself.
When we describe an activity as mindful, we mean you're consciously awake and present within your own body. You notice your thoughts instead of letting the world push you around.
It really does. It's the mental equivalent of eating junk food first thing in the morning. Sure, your body survives the day, but you feel sluggish and low on energy.
But on the flip side, when you wake up and complete just one small task with focus and discipline, like spending 5 or 10 minutes focused on English, that positive momentum carries forward into everything else you do.
It acts like installing a high-powered mini battery into your brain for the day. It's small, but it keeps your spirit elevated. That's why mornings hold so much power. They offer a quiet moment to ask yourself, who am I going to be today? The passive version or the active version moving closer to my dreams?
Right. So if someone watching Glowing English right now is thinking, I love this concept, but what are the exact steps I should take? How can we break it down simply for them?
Think of your morning routine as a nutritious mini breakfast for your language growth. It consists of 4 main dishes: listen, speak, write, and review. We don't need a massive buffet, just 4 manageable bites.
I love that metaphor, a mini breakfast for your English. What is the very first bite?
Step 1 is listen. We all know the automatic, mindless habit. Alarm goes off, we unlock the screen, tap on social media apps, and suddenly 20 precious minutes are completely gone.
Instead, try reimagining your morning like this. You put your phone on the kitchen counter, press play on a cozy English podcast or video from Glowing English, and listen while your coffee brews. Same phone, same morning, totally different button.
In the early morning, your brain is like a completely clean, fresh sponge. It hasn't soaked up any dirty water from daily stress, work drama, or modern worries yet.
So whatever you feed into that fresh sponge first will soak in deeply. So if the very first input is clear English, a story, a meaningful conversation, or an inspiring idea, your mind retains it far better than it would at 9 p.m. after an exhausting workday.
And remember, it doesn't require a formal study desk. You can listen while brushing your teeth, doing your hair, or cooking breakfast. That's what we mean when we say a routine needs to be realistic.
When something is realistic, it means it fits naturally into real human life. You don't need a quiet library for 2 hours. You simply use the life you already have.
Exactly. Now, once your ears are awake, it's time to activate your mouth. That brings us to step 2, speak out loud.
So many of our viewers tell us, Jihad, Toma, I can read English fine and I understand videos easily, but the moment I try to speak, my brain completely freezes.
That's because it's like watching people work out at the gym every day on video, but never lifting a physical weight yourself. Naturally, your muscles will feel stiff when you finally try to lift a weight.
Your morning can serve as a tiny home gym for your vocal muscles. After listening to an audio clip, repeat a few lines out loud or simply talk to yourself for 2 minutes in English.
You can quietly say to yourself, okay, how am I feeling today? What tasks do I need to finish? What is one thing I am truly grateful for this morning?
When you speak out loud like that, you're not just learning abstract words. You're building real-world physical confidence. Your tongue, lips, and vocal cords begin remembering the physical mechanics of English.
And the absolute best part about the early morning is that nobody is judging you. Nobody is watching. It's just you, your natural voice. Beautifully said. Now, after waking up your voice, it's time to organize your internal thoughts. Step 3. Write in English.
I like to think of writing as organizing a cluttered, messy desk. When your thoughts are unorganized, papers are flying everywhere. Writing allows you to pick up those papers and stack them neatly in order.
In the morning, grab a notebook and write a tiny paragraph, just 3 to 5 quick sentences. Write about your simple plans for the day, your long-term hopes, or how your body feels right now.
Don't stress out about complex grammar or perfect spelling here. The primary objective is to force your brain to actually think directly in English, rather than constantly translating from your native language.
This style of writing is wonderfully mindful. You aren't just blindly rushing into the workday chaos. You are pausing to check in with yourself.
When we describe an activity as mindful, we mean you are consciously awake and present within your own body. You notice your thoughts instead of letting the world push you around.
And usually, right after you finish writing those few lines, your head feels noticeably refreshed, like opening a big window to let fresh air into a stuffy, hot room.
Now, to ensure your English continues to grow healthily, you have to nurture it consistently. That leads us to step 4, review what you learned.
Learning new vocabulary without taking time to review is like buying brand new houseplants every afternoon and never giving them a drop of water.
Exactly. So in the morning, spend 5 to 10 brief minutes looking back at the vocabulary you noted down yesterday, or a cool expression you heard earlier.
That is how you become truly consistent. Fluency isn't built by memorizing 100 words in one crazy session on Sunday and doing zero work for the rest of the week. It's built by gently interacting with English every single morning.
When you are consistent, you establish a natural rhythm, just like brushing your teeth. You don't brush your teeth for 2 solid hours once a month. You do it for 2 quick minutes every single day.
With that kind of daily rhythm, learning English stops feeling like a terrifying mountain-like chore. It becomes a peaceful, normal element of your daily life.
Now, as we say all this, there might be a little voice inside your head protesting, "This sounds lovely, Jihad and Toma, but you don't understand my life. I genuinely have zero time in the morning."
We truly understand that feeling. Many of you have young children to feed, long commutes to handle, demanding shifts at work. Life can feel intensely busy.
But sometimes when we say, I don't have time, what we really mean is, my time is currently occupied by small habits I never consciously selected.
Maybe you can't magically wake up an hour earlier right now. That might not be realistic for your life today. But could you reorganize just 10 or 15 minutes?
You don't have to change your coffee routine, simply change what your ears are listening to while you sip it. You don't have to alter your bus route, simply alter what your mind is focusing on while sitting in your seat.
When something holds genuine importance in our lives, we naturally make time for it. We manage to find hours for video games, movies, and scrolling online. We can certainly allocate 15 minutes for our personal future.
Because your English skills are a central component of that future. English isn't just a boring academic subject you study to pass a test. It is a powerful master key that unlocks doors you can't even see yet.
Doors to exciting international job opportunities, travel adventures without fear, deep friendships across different cultures, and access to incredible global knowledge.
Maybe for you, success means watching your favorite English creators without relying on subtitles. Maybe it means feeling totally calm during a job interview, or conversing comfortably with someone from another country.
English provides you with quiet confidence, that inner peace that says, I can handle this situation, and that confidence empowers you to walk into rooms you used to be intimidated by.
There's also a common myth that only genuinely talented people can master a second language. But if you analyze real success stories, you notice a clear pattern every single time. It isn't magic talent, it's quiet discipline and routine.
Absolutely. The people who achieve real fluency are rarely the absolute smartest individuals in the room. They are simply the ones who quietly show up day after day.
Maybe they failed English tests in school. Maybe past teachers told them languages just aren't your strength, but they made a small, private contract with themselves.
While others are hitting snooze 5 times, they listen for 10 minutes. While others are scrolling through gossip, they write 3 simple sentences. These daily actions are like drops of water falling on a hard stone. Over time, those tiny drops will carve right through the stone.
That's why we constantly say on Glowing English, small habits create big futures. Not in 7 days, but in 1 year, in 3 years, you become practically unstoppable.
So if we summarize our entire core message today into one simple takeaway, don't waste the goldmine of your mornings. They aren't just getting ready for work hours, they're building your ultimate future hours.
Listen a little, speak a little, write a little, review a little. Repeating those actions will leave your mind feeling noticeably more productive, refreshed, and energized.
When we describe feeling productive, we don't mean turning into an emotionless robot. It simply means that at the end of the evening, you can look in the mirror, smile, and say, I did something meaningful for myself today.
Your entire life won't transform in a single morning, but it will transform if you decide to use your mornings in a brand new way. And Toma and I are so deeply honored to sit with you during those quiet morning moments, in your kitchen, on your bus ride, or under your cozy blanket.
Deep Dive Vocabulary Tour.
You know, Jihad, we utilized some really rich, high-value B2 vocabulary terms today. I think we should slow our speed down and guide our viewers through a relaxed vocabulary tour.
Oh, I love that idea. A calm, easy walkthrough of our key terms. Not a strict school quiz, just a dedicated moment to truly internalize these expressions.
As you listen to us explain these, reflect on which specific words feel most relevant to your personal life right now.
The very first major phrase we highlighted today was set the tone for your day.
To recap, setting the tone means that your initial morning choices determine the emotional climate of your whole day. If your day starts with chaotic breaking news or stressful emails, you set a chaotic tone. But if you start with 10 minutes of English listening, you set a centered, focused tone.
An example sentence you can use is, listening to an episode of Glowing English every morning helps set a calm tone for my day.
Our second core expression was the idiom little by little.
Little by little means making progress gradually and step by step. Picture an empty glass under a dripping faucet. A single drop looks completely insignificant, but if the faucet keeps dripping, the glass eventually overflows.
English functions the exact same way. You might not see a dramatic shift today, but after 6 months of daily practice, you'll suddenly realize, wow, my English feels so much more natural. You can say, little by little, my speaking confidence is growing through my morning routine.
Next up, we discuss the phrase, small steps add up.
This means that minor, repeated actions combine over time to produce a major result. Think of climbing a high mountain peak. No single step gets you to the top, but every step contributes to reaching the summit.
Spending just 10 minutes a day on English equals over 300 minutes or 5 full hours of targeted learning every single month. You can say, I know that small steps add up, so I practice English for 10 minutes every morning.
We also touched on the wonderful expression, a fresh start.
A fresh start represents a clean slate or a brand new opportunity. Even if yesterday was unproductive or lazy, today offers you an immediate chance to reset. It's like wiping off a dirty chalkboard so you can write a fresh lesson.
You can say, yesterday I was too tired to study, but today is a fresh start.
Next up, let's review the adjective intentional.
Intentional means acting with clear purpose rather than sliding through habits on autopilot. When you consciously choose to open an educational app instead of social media, you're making an intentional decision.
A practical sentence you can use is, I am being more intentional with my mornings by replacing phone scrolling with English listening.
What about the word overwhelmed?
Overwhelmed describes feeling crushed or exhausted because you're trying to handle too many things simultaneously. When learners try to master grammar, accent, writing, and reading all at once, they get overwhelmed and stop completely. Keep your routine minimal so you don't feel overwhelmed. You can say, I used to feel overwhelmed with English, but breaking it into tiny morning habits made it simple.
Another key term we mentioned was distracted.
Distracted means having your focus repeatedly broken by external noise, notifications, or competing thoughts. In our modern world, smartphones make us wildly distracted.
You can construct a sentence like, I get easily distracted in the morning if I check my messages before finishing my English practice.
Next, we explain the word realistic. Being mindful means being fully conscious, aware, and engaged in the present moment rather than rushing mindlessly through your environment.
You can say, I want my morning routine to be mindful and relaxed rather than rushed and chaotic.
Next, we have the word productive.
Productive means using your time effectively so that it produces meaningful, satisfying results for your life.
You can say, starting my morning with English makes me feel productive and accomplished right from the beginning of the day.
We also featured the word refreshed.
Refreshed describes feeling mentally clear, rested, and renewed, like taking a cool shower on a hot summer day.
You can say, after writing a few lines in my English notebook, my mind feels clear and refreshed.
And finally, our last keyword was energized.
Energized means feeling motivated, active, and filled with enthusiasm to face whatever lies ahead.
An example sentence is, completing my short English routine leaves me feeling energized for my upcoming workday.
Now, my dear friends, it is officially your turn.
Out of all the terms we just walked through, whether it was intentional, overwhelmed, small steps add up, or set the tone, which one clicked with you the most today?
Right after this video finishes, take a short pause and challenge yourself. Construct one honest, clear sentence using your chosen term.
Speak it out loud right in your room. Write it down neatly in your notebook or post it directly in the comments section right below this video.
Giving your brain that quick practice builds real muscle memory. Plus, your unique sentence might inspire another learner who visits our channel later.
If you enjoyed hanging out with us this morning and working on your vocabulary, we would be so grateful if you took a quick second to support our channel.
Yes, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, Glowing English, and share this video with a colleague, friend, or family member who is also working on their English journey.
Also, make sure to visit our main channel page after watching this to check out our complete library of cozy B1 to B2 practice conversations designed just for you.
Tomorrow morning, when your alarm clock sounds, take a deep breath, remember our chat today, and make one small intentional choice for your future self.
Listen a little, speak a little, write a little, review a little. Small steps always add up. And Toma and I will be right here on Glowing English, walking alongside you every step of the way, little by little.
I'm Toma.
And I'm Jihad. Take great care of yourselves. Stay consistent, keep shining, and we will see you all in the very next episode.
Bye-bye, everyone.